steel helmets provided insufficient protection. Instead, Spetsnaz opted for titanium helmets. Two companies were producing titanium helmets in the world at the time.
And how has that been since day one? Been to everyone.
Me too. I love the games, especially the luge. I'm married, so sliding down an icy tunnel of doom at high speed makes sense.
I don't know about frigid action. I mean, they gotta be kidding me. Since when is running been an Olympic sport? Running ain't a sport. Don't make me puke. Anyone can run. My ex-wife made me an athlete.
The modification was implemented by one of the KGB's research institutes under the code name Altin. Modified PSH-77 helmets were issued to Spetsnaz Groups A, B, and C fighting in the Soviet-Afghan War. It's recorded that they were used at the very beginning of the war during Operation Storm 333, the assault on the Tajbek Palace in Kabul. Most of the soldiers of the Spetsnaz Alpha Group in the assault on the palace had the standard helmets. Some had brand new PSH-77 helmets. They performed well in action, assuring the Soviets to confidently purchase a larger batch. While the helmets were issued to Spetsnaz, some were also given to the Research Institute of Steel in order to make an improved copy for domestic production. In the late 1980s, the Institute came up with a 3mm thick helmet with aramid support and a titanium visor with two options for window sizes. The installation of radio communications, straps, and the painting on the helmet was done by KGB specialists. The helmet was designated the Altin, an old Russian word for a gold coin used in imperial times. The Russians' first version of the Altin R1 differed from the Swiss PSH-77 in overall size, with the Altin being slightly larger. Russian experts also used a different production technology. Instead of warm stamping, they used a deep drawing stamping process. The result of the modification production process was a more uniform thickness of the helmet, which was 10 to 15% more efficient than its Swiss counterpart, as tests would show. The polymer glass in the visor was one of the parts that were of foreign production. The helmet was marked as a second protection class, and the visor a first protection class according to Russian armor classifications. The rim was covered with either rubber or aramid edges. The entry socket for the intercom was positioned on the back side of the helmet. The Altin R1 helmet was subject to trial shots from a TT-30 and Makarov PM pistol. The trials showed that the most vulnerable part of the helmet was the temporal region, which could not withstand a hit from a TT-30 7.62 by 25mm pistol cartridge with a steel bore from 16.5
Just to let you buy, then go stand in line for the bathroom. We have the kind that can barely walk anyway, all right? So we'll be handing out petitions that say support the team. Don't leave the game, P, at your...
Primarily regarding the integral intercom system. The end product was the 1997 Altin P2M, with a 4mm thick titanium armor and aramid support made in one piece consisting of 10 layers of fabric. The improved armor resulted in a better trial performance, confidently withstanding a hit from a TT-30 pistol. Both versions of the Altin were in the service of Spetsnaz units throughout the 1990s and the first decade of the 21st century. During the First and Second Chechen War, the Altin helmet went through serious combat tests. It was used by Spetsnaz and regular Army units, and it was sometimes used in combination with titanium body armor vests for overall protection. The helmet was intended to be worn with the visor, but soldiers often preferred to wear it without it, even though the visor provided excellent protection in storming buildings and similar assault operations. It was a great obstacle when soldiers tried to aim their rifles. Also, with a total weight of 9.5 pounds for 4.3 kilograms, taking off the visor made the helmet far more comfortable. Apart from its service in wartime, the Altin helmet also received legendary status among the Russian counter-terrorist units. Even though the production of the Altin ceased in 2009, the helmet is still in use by Spetsnaz anti-terrorist.
Oh, you think you tough? I need this more than you, I think. Should've got the fuck out of here.
Up next, it's Area 53 and Marvin Trill, broadcasting live from his trailer in the desert.
In space, is it really a planet or a decoy put up to confuse us? Ghosts, time travel, and the flushing toilet. Which way did Newton's toilet spiral?
Man, stop playing with
Are
me.
women made